Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome to another episode of Monday Night Smoke. Let's go.
All right, we're at home. We're at home. It's just one of those weeks where lives, so we're here. But we knew we had no choice but to be here, people. We're here with you lot, the community. Shout out you guys every single time.
Absolutely.
You know what to do, bro. Read the names in the chat.
Cool.
We got to talk.
Let's get to it. Hey, shouts out to Raj. Raj said the champ is here, undefeated, undisputed. He's back to his stuff. October Red. Hey, what's going on, October? It's seen you in a while still. Shouts out Basil Joseph, Untraceable, Muller, Double AV, Develops, Martin and Leia, Gene Anthony Parrott, man like B, Act, North Bank, Brent, what's happening, brother? Lucas A, Philip Answer, the Sunday Punches. What's going on, bro? I ain't seen that name. I haven't seen that name before, I don't think. Big up to you, Toby Akinola, Travis Thompson.
Akinola.
Come on, man like Armani. Stay blessed, be real. Who else we got here? Shouts out to Marks. Big up, bro. Saw you this weekend. Ashley Williams, Jam Down 187, man like Tej, The Real 187, Lucas A, man like James, Dan the Man 15, man like J Webb, DJ, Henrik AE, man like Muzzy Moyo, Fight Fan TV, man like Riaz McAdam, Gabriella, Luminary Nerd. Who else we got? Man like Life of Bodge, Raz, Court Star, Joseph Frimpong, Jay Green, CN, Double N, Mark E. Jay Greens, we're here now. We're here.
All right,
everybody smash the like button. Everybody smash the like button.
I'm gonna run through what's on the docket today. I'm gonna run through the docket so you guys are fully aware right now. Fight delivered. I'm getting through so you guys understand what we're doing. Boom. Did he fool everyone? Another question that we have to ask. Uncomfortable conversations. Is he world level? Finally. Usyk Dubois confirmed. Those are the topics today. Yeah. But there's more to there's so much to get into. Now, if you don't listen to like, our pod on Patreon, you should, innit? Like, because there will be more in-depth. This is your show where you say how you feel about things. Like, this is where you lot do your thing. So we're going to allow the space for that. Are you with me? So we're not going to yap too much. But I definitely feel like there's going to be a breakdown that I would love you lot to listen to. So make sure, even if you just get that one episode on Patreon, go get it. Because we're going to go into it, really. But we're going to do some stuff today. I ain't going to lie. So we're not just saying, hey, just go over there. We're going to break it down here, but we got a shorter space of time. Anyway, there's a couple of videos we want to play, Trav, before we get it cracking.
All right, cool. Let's do it.
Let's go.
A 13-year-old Christopher Eubank Jr. trying to convince his father to allow him to box.
I just want to try it. I just want to see what it's about. If my leg can do it, why can't I do it?
Boxing is a business that you never see middle class or upper class youngsters become champion, because you need hunger. You need to be hungry. And the fact that you've kind of been brought up within these four walls here and you've been protected, I don't think you're going to be hard enough. I hope you're not stubborn and kind of
that's what you are. You're stubborn and bullheaded. That's why you made it.
Yeah, but I don't want him to.
So you're saying you don't want him to be stubborn and bullheaded.
Yeah, but listen, you know,
in life,
for the guys who don't make it, for the guys who don't make it in boxing, you know, it's tragic. It's a tragic business to be in.
If you're convinced he's not going to make it, just let him go until he wears himself out of it and he's not bothered anymore.
Yeah, and by then, all those good-looking features would have gone. You know what they say? Let me tell you what, trust me. Christopher, just leave it alone. And you know what?
Remember what they said, right? Okay, am I bad looking? Okay. Why are you putting that into the kid's head?
Because I don't want him to fight. I don't want him to fight. Everyone gets hurt, everyone gets disfigured, everybody gets... Let's just put it this way. Isaiah's one to watch. He'll be one to watch.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
We can't play that tune. We'll just
you are an idiot. I can't believe you did that.
Monetization.
I don't care,
monetization.
Bro.
You don't care about monetization?
I don't care.
Still Dre. Are you well? Are you well?
Open the lines.
I'll give our thing to you, MG. Give our thing to you, bro. Sell us to UFG, bro.
This guy just stepped on.
No, go ahead. Go, bro.
But no, I'm not going back over that now.
Yeah. No, we're not playing it. I'm not. We was never getting played. As soon as I heard the those chords, I said, "Oh, we're finished." Bro,
I don't care at all, bro. That moment was so epic. That moment was so monumental, bro. That clip, that clip when you just see the childhood journey, right to that moment, sharing the stage, carrying your dad's legacy. Get out of here, bro. That's the maddest movie I've ever seen in my life, bro.
man said, just play Still Dre.
You think I care that, bro? I don't care. On a Monday like this.
Bro, I need you to care.
You stepped on that.
Those are things I need to care about.
You just did a British border boxing control flipping step on, bro.
Ripped it immediately. But it was, again, they saw it. They know what we're talking about, the world saw, you know. And I need to say this. Everyone that pulled up to the live, we appreciate you heavily. Like, it's crazy that you lot did that on how many, 3 days? It was like 3 days notice, 4 days max. Yeah, and then and that was just pow. You lot pulled up in the moment. And when Eubank was at the car, when Eubank Senior, the whole place erupted, bro.
It was mad.
It erupted. The whole place said, wait, what?
The most WWE moment boxing could ever give you.
Yes. It was one of the greatest moments. And I was just happy to just be there for that moment. Are you with me? Like, it feels so crazy to say, but it's like, how, like, if we, like, the dad just told us where he's not involved. But I don't want to talk about the dad just yet. I really want to talk about the performances, because one person that I will give him credit, Conor Benn, the dog in him, Conor Benn is a scrapper. Like, absolutely. However, these guys both silk pajamas. You know what his dad was saying? I don't want you to fight because you'll never have that hunger. Them man fought like they were broke. Them man fought as if they didn't come from.
Their fighting was not from trying to fight my way out of poverty. Their thing was, I've got to maintain the legacy that you man have set. I can't come after you and disrespect the legacy by being needy. It's got to be the same, or it's got to be more intense, because they both. Obviously, Conor's career is still in the earlier stages, but that's a career best performance that is only going to come from each other. Because the idea of either one of them taking a shot and then taking a knee is too much to bear. It's too much. None of them
allow it. But then I do want to give, because I didn't feel like he had that. That's the part of it. I didn't believe Conor could do that after a lack of. He hasn't had that many fights, bro. So I want to give him his credit and his respect on, bro. Yes, all the stuff that happened before it, but big man in that moment at that time, you weren't gonna be like, you had to be counted for. You weren't on the main stage. You said, I'm here, and there was moments and times, many times, where Chris was erupting. Eubank Jr. Like those moments when and then we'll talk about, but Conor deserves his credit. Yes, he's come through whatever he's come through before and this, that, and the other. We know in this fight alone and the build-up, he definitely was tested. So we know that metal is there.
Absolutely, because he had to prove that he was able to survive a war of attrition. Because imagine in his camp, I genuinely think he believed he was going to knock out Eubank early, especially in the third round when you buzzed him. Yeah, so you've gone in, you've buzzed him, and you start thinking, "Rah, I'm actually going to get him." And the fight goes on and on and on and on, and now you're in the 11 and 12. Like he was in there proving that he's got it. Because when you start to, like, when I was watching the way the fight played out, earlier in the day of that fight, I had seen the clip of Eubank Jr. fighting in the Brighton car park. There's an underground clip when he's as a youth and he's like in there, a batch of man, and it's a scrap. And it's literally him tapping into that same type of style where it's like, just go forward and throw your hands. Because he had to dig deep to something else. That wasn't even boxing past round 8 for Eubank. But Conor Benn has never showed he's had that grit. He's never needed to show that he's about this nasty work. So I'm glad to have seen that from him.
And for him. So it's good. I do want to bookmark it and say his part, because I believe Chris deserves a different level of praise, by the way. I want to let that be known. So I'm making sure we bookend this Conor part. Is there any more that you want to say about Conor from his part?
It's just credit. It was a good fight. It was a dog fight. I know you weren't probably weren't expecting a dog fight, but I think, you know, when people start talking about his fights now, it's like when you go back to that one, the banter is not going to hit the same.
Yeah.
Now that fight exists, that's just the truth. But let's move it over to Eubank, and the credit for Eubank, it has to be a lot higher because you were playing against the house. You were playing. You understand? You're in the casino winning. That's not a normal situation, because the lead up to everything, let's be clear, everything was in Ben's favor. The weight, it was the red. This is the red carpet entrance to a new division. It's not your weight class, but because it's not your weight class, we're saying, okay, well, you need to have this happen to you so that it's fair because he's small. And it's like, we're doing a lot of stuff to make it competitive.
You said that. October's counting it. The ring was tiny. It was
the
size of the ring, bro.
Down to even letting my man, Billy Joe, come and be the one to inspect the gloves. I've never been more proud of Napa in my life, bro.
Napa! Crack your skull!
When he said, I guarantee you're not coming in. I guarantee you're not getting in this room. Brother, you know what? Because the thing is, I know there's a thing where obviously boxers look at most men, and especially big men, and always want to be able to say, nah, you think because you're big. I don't look at that thing, I'm thinking, brother, you're fat and out of shape, Billy Joe. I promise you, you're getting mashed up. You're getting mashed up. Napa is grabbing and throwing you.
Crack your skull. You fucked up in the wheelchair. You tried to test this evil threat again. Billy Joe Saunders.
Phone him.
You chief. Yeah.
Right now.
All right, I'll connect this to the. All right, because this is a new soundboard. Still, you're putting.
If you look at the timeline, of things, Senior arrives, and it's as Senior arrives, it's almost like Team Eubank said, do you know what? We're actually just going to do what we want now. Because them man are in there. Yeah. See, Junior's, like the resurgence of Junior is now there. You can see the little smirk on his face. He's like, yep, my dad's here. I'm good now. Napa's like, you know what? I don't care what you man have said. Nah, he ain't coming in here. What are you going to do? Cancel the fight?
Let me connect this Bluetooth device.
Yeah, that's a change. And you know those things there, those little adjustments, they just change the vibe, because now you just know that we're not completely in control, because them lot, they're disturbers, they're market disruptors. They're just, I mean, brother, maybe.
Hey, go rotate. I got connected.
Dial him.
Yeah, let's go. All right, cool. Because Napa needs the phone call, to be honest. And listen, Billy Joe Saunders, sorry, let me get this right. Billy Joe Saunders, you can't call man a rubber lips. I know, like, you ain't doing that. He took it back to our era. We know what that is.
Yeah,
we know what that is.
Racist.
We know what that is. You chief.
And don't try to gaslight nobody talking about you. You don't think that's racist.
Nah, Napa, don't tell me change your number now. We're successful.
Call him on WhatsApp.
Apps. I'm calling him on. You know I'm already getting there, bro. Napa, you can't even change your number now. We had success. They could be celebrating still, though.
Yo, crazy.
Crack your skull. Leave me fucked up in the wheelchair.
You're not guaranteed.
Calling me from the show.
Yeah, of course. You're not coming in this room. You're not coming in the changing room.
This guy never gives no heads up, nothing.
Wait, listen, it's my fault. Wait, you know what? Let me tell you this right now. I didn't give you a heads up, bro. Yeah. I was gassed. I've been meaning to call you, like, bro, that G-check moment, we live for it. You still done serious business. Travis, you can hear Trav, right?
I guarantee you're not getting in this room. That's a bar, bro. That's a bar, bro.
Wait.
Listen. When I heard that that's what they were planning, I thought to myself, fuck me, that's a good idea. What's the way around it? I was trying to think of a way around it. Can we send someone to their room? then I just thought to myself, hold on, how about I just say no? End it. I just wait. If I just go to the front of the door and say no, what's man saying? Nothing can happen. No security can say anything. I'm not listening to no one in Matrimony, no one at Boxer for sure. I'm not listening to no one at the board. No disrespect. Robert Smith, don't kill me. I'm not listening to none of them. So I was just thinking to myself, I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to say, bruv, you can't come in.
Yeah, because you must have been rattled seeing him pulling up, thinking, raw, I'm here to check the gloves. What?
Bro, I wasn't rattled. I saw the week before. He wasn't on nothing. So it's all for show. That's what was pissing me off even more. I ain't seen him for years.
Yeah.
And we ended up being in the same hotel. So I'm walking to the front of the hotel and I've seen him come down the escalators. And in my head, I'm thinking, this might go off, you know. But I wasn't really sure because I don't know what he's on. He's a bit of a random character. So he come up to me like in a jokey way, like telling his friend, hold me back, pretending like shadow boxing in the air. And then I'm thinking, what's this you on? I still don't trust him. I'm like thinking anything close to me, I'm just gonna fling a punch. And then he was just like, nah, all jokes aside, congrats on the event. I think Eubank's gonna win, blah blah blah. And I was shocked. I was like, oh shit, okay.
Mad.
And then so I was like, all right. And then I said to him, when are you gonna drop your weight and do this fight with Chris? Because he met one of the guys that managed Eubank. Yeah, because there's 3 of us that managed Chris. So he met one of the guys. Obviously, I didn't want to go meet him when we met him in December. Well, not me, like my pal. Yeah. And I was like,
hold on, can I get this right? Did he say that he's gonna wait? Let me just quickly. Did he say that Eubank's gonna win to you?
Yeah, he told me Chris is gonna win within 5.
Huh? Wait.
I swear on everything. I swear on my mum's life.
Are you telling me the truth right now?
That's crazy.
I swear on my mum's life. He said to me, Chris is going to win within 5. Then he said to me, tell your boy to holler me when he's retired. I didn't understand what that meant. So what do you mean holler me when he's retired? But I don't know. Maybe he's been drinking. I don't know what he was on, right?
So what's he trying to drop? Is he trying to drop weight for this fight though?
Bro, this guy. You just can't never know with this youth, bro. Yeah, I just don't understand, bro. He met one of my business partners. Yeah, we all manage Chris together. You know, you can't manage Chris on. There's too much.
I need you to know that we're live. I need you to know that we are live. Like the show's live, just in case.
Bro, I never talk rubbish anyway.
I know. I'm just letting you. Yeah, I'm just letting you know.
He met my business partner. We spoke about doing a fight. Yeah. Contracts were made up, and then he went back. He backtracked in it, saying, "Oh, I'm 18 stone. Actually, I can't make the weight. I need a warm up." And who's gonna pay to give Billy Joe Saunders a warm up? No one. It's not like he can sell out arenas. The guy he had a fight in Stevenage football stadium. Like this is there's levels. So, I mean, this guy is not. He's not no amazing fighter that sells out arenas, whatever. So no one's. And obviously, you know, a guy that's just been in the ring with Canelo, he probably demands a certain fee that doesn't make financial sense. Do you understand? Which I get. He ain't gonna go fight for like 20k, 50k, which is probably his value, as in what he would bring, as in people that are gonna pay to see it. But him himself is probably not. You know, he just got like 6-7 mil to fight Canelo, even though it was 4 years ago. So he probably doesn't want to do that. So
Let me just quickly move this. Let's move this on a little bit. When did you know Senior was coming? When did you realize like he was? What part? When like because that's important. Like that was mad.
On the day.
Mad. So it was a clutch. It was clutch.
So you lot see it like what was what was your feeling actually? Because the whole stadium lost their mind seeing him. How did you feel seeing his pops pulling up?
When for me, I needed to see it in the flesh because you never know with Senior sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And then when and I was there early because obviously Brandon was fighting, so I didn't arrive with Chris. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to the arena before the doors opened. So when he arrived and come into the changing room, and I can see the glowing Chris's like aura.
Bruh.
and face that I haven't seen all camp. I said, yeah, game over. Game over. I saw the way Chris was warming up. Like, you know, sometimes, some fighters get ready for a fight and you can sense in the room, like, it's not like the vibe. It's like, yo, has anyone got a boombox? No boombox. And like play music from a phone. There's no, you could be like, oh, today's not gonna go well. But like the vibe and Chris's energy, was smiling the whole time. I said, yeah, today is there's no way Chris is gonna lose. Yeah.
Hey, listen, that part. I don't know when. Are you still in the country? Have you dipped? Because we'll just have to have you. In the
got the hell out of there, bro. I'm back in Dubai.
Mad.
Hey, we need to have you on the internet, bro. We'll shout you. We'll shout you. We need to,
for real.
Are you coming to Saudi for a Canelo fight?
Nah.
God willing, I don't know. Like at the moment, I'm just saying God willing. That's the best way to look at that one. But if we are, we'll see you out there.
If you are, I'll be there.
All
but
right.
yeah, as for that Billy Joe stuff, you man know me very well. There was no way on planet Earth that guy can physically or verbally make his way past me. It's just not going to happen on any planet.
You got to tell him like the dark side pioneer, bro. You're not even comfy in your own ends.
Trust me.
All right, big up yourself, man.
Take care, brother.
Man said, crack your skull.
That's hilarious, bro. I guarantee you're not getting past me. I guarantee.
Thank you, though. Billy Joe was telling Conor and their team all sorts when you're talking about round 6. When you're that drunk, Travis, have you ever been so drunk and give a perfect prediction before about the other person that I was fighting? Have you been so drunk to say, you know what? Like, just imagine you being so drunk and get up to Boatsy and saying, Team Boatsy saying, you're going to mash up Yard in round 6. Could you get that drunk? How drunk would you have to be to do that?
Nah, that's not.
I would have to Team Boatsy saying, you know what?
Nah, that couldn't. That's not in me. That's not in me. If anything, my drunkenness will push me further the other way. First round stoppage. You're getting stopped.
Wait, the funniest thing is Napa was bigger than all the security around him, brother.
Oh, hilarious.
Hey, listen, we have to move again. So let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of the banner. But yeah, Eubank. Do you know what one thing that he was doing that just I loved, and this is what let me know that you're on a new level. Brother, in the fight, he's looking up at the Titron. He's looking up at the timer just to manage the fight. He's looking up to say, all right, minute 30. All right, let me go to work.
Once you get to 40 seconds.
Experience. Relax. That's somebody that's saying, I get you're strong and you got power, you got this, you got things that potentially can hurt me, but I'm managing this fight on a way that you don't understand. It's above you.
You can't see it.
You. I'm like, good shot, good stuff there.
And there's a clip where they're showing the clip here, and he's just going weak. Every time Conor lands, he's like, "That was weak. That was weak, kid. That was weak." He fully understands everything that's happening. It reminded me of the Piers Morgan interview when you can see Piers Morgan's trying to get them down this street of emotional, sentimental convo. And Junior goes, I see what you're doing. And he goes, Conor, you don't see it. He goes, no, I'm not playing this game. I'm going to annihilate him. I don't care what you're talking about right now. It was that thing. And the way he managed the fight, I could tell Conor wasn't reading the play. Because that's how Junior was banking rounds on those type of finishes, those combos. And what, you know, the part of that I loved more about this as well is the fact that it's that knowing, okay, you're faster than me. All right, cool. You're fresh. You got stuff there. After round 8, I think Junior was spent to the point where he's like, okay, cool. We're going to go dogfighting in the pocket. You're not going nowhere. I'm shoving you. We're going to scrap. And I don't know what spiritually where Junior was at, but those arms did not stop throwing.
His father.
His father
being there. I don't know
how mad it is. Do you know how mad it is here to not have energy to move your legs, but your arms do not stop throwing, bro. That was insane. Round 11. Arms, he's about to fall over certain times, but the arms, they just keep going.
Bro, I know, on a serious note, and I'm kind of happy because no disrespect to Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, and them man there, but I felt like, you know, when you feel like something's unfair, like an injustice is taking place, and I don't like it. So I set my stools out, bro. I set my stools out, and I said, I need this man to win because I can feel everybody is against this man and I don't like it. So you almost like the underdog. I felt like I was rooting for the underdog in this moment because, like, wait a minute. Even when Eddie Hearn's like, he negotiated, he shouldn't have taken the rehydration negotiation. Like, you saw how gaunt he was. You man tried to set man up. You man tried to backdoor Eubank. Really, that's how they tried.
You know what it is? Yeah, because let's be real. The reason why we like sports, just general sports across the board, is the idea that it's me versus you under these set conditions, and we're gonna go at it and see who the better man is. If you have tilted the scales so obviously into one person's favor, we're watching this play out thinking, well, you've done all these different things to guarantee that the guy that you want to win wins. That's not comfortable viewing. And then on top of that, his dad is going against him publicly, which is tugging at people's emotional heartstrings because that's hard to watch in public. So now we're watching this thing play out. This man is against it. And not that, he's visibly by himself. Whereas your team is deep down to the 11th man. Everybody's just there. That's the team. So there's like, what's the outcome supposed to be? He loses, and then his dad says, "I told you so." That's too much on our man to take.
Yeah.
We can't watch that. We could never watch that.
You know, let's move on. Let's move on. Vidal Riley, quickly. Vidal Riley made Chev look like I was looking at Chev, like, bro. I don't know what he have left because Chev played the Arsenal tune on walking, bro.
I respect that.
At the Spurs ground. Do you know the disrespect? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know they've never played that tune there before? He done that that is disrespect. If you play that tune as a football man myself, you have to match work. He looked tired. He looked tired in there. That like Vidal Riley showed I've got levels. Like, and then he started to look. There was moments when Vidal like just saying, you know what? How I'm going to punch you up the way I know how. There's a difference between me and you. Are you with me? Yeah. Yep. There was that took place, and I finally got to see what the public and boxing people, have been telling me about Vidal. There's something there, you know. I don't power wise. We'll see.
This was supposed to be a step up, and he boxed his ears off. It was smooth as you like. That was fantastic work. Very fantastic work.
Virgil. He was rinsing like Doc Rivers. Travis was talking about Virgil like his Doc Rivers, man.
I'm not a fan of Virgil Hunter, bro. Virgil Hunter is showing me he's not adding nothing to these men. And I don't know why, man, go over there. I'm starting to just be like, okay, you know what? You might be on that Andre Ward. That's your thing, fam. That's it, though.
Yeah.
Like, trust me, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not even a Watsy fan, but what he's done with Watsy will never sit well with me.
Well, on that. You know, and it's not even a reveling thing. It's not even a reveling thing. And it's mad because I got to talk to, I know what's his name's in the house. I know Master Knowledge is in the house. He's watching. Yeah. We went round the whole room asking, because Lyndon Arthur, I get the jab is phenomenal. I get that. I get he's got one of the best jabs in the division. I was expecting more. I don't know if that is that wrong of me, but then I was like, what I saw him and do you know what's crazy? If he used to fight Boatsy, I feel Boatsy would have a lot of problems because of Boatsy's style suits Yard in the sense of it's a tear up, But when we talk about elite world level boxing, Boatsy met Liam Smith's jab and he had no answers. A jab and better boxing, basically. A jab and all the things that you need to call yourself like that level. Yeah. And Boatsy couldn't deal with it. And I'm saying, when I was watching that fight, I was like, we haven't learned this thing that I expect him to learn. Yes, he changed the fight. And I don't know if that's Lyndon, where Lyndon was tired or it's just the great work from Yard. One second, let me like this. I don't know if it's the great work of Yard, because Yard literally was on his chest. and they made the fight short. It was in the phone box, and it suited Yard for days. But Yard could have made this happen. I understand that, but then he still has a better mover, a more confident fighter. The benefit where he wants to play at, the level that he wants to play at, you're gonna meet that. You're gonna meet that, and I don't know if he's the work has been done to now say he's world level. So when we asked most of the room, I literally asked like 90% of the room, and they were saying, bro, I think he's European level. That was what the room was coming across with. Like, that's where we are, you know. And that performance, you maybe could have done something stellar and said he's a world level fighter, but I don't know. And even with Boatsy, I don't know. No disrespect to Boatsy as well. Are you world level? You're great British and European and all this other stuff, but are you an elite to be at that level fighting for to win titles? I don't know.
Okay. Do you not give credit to Lyndon Arthur for performing better than he's performed in this out of these 3 fights? Because I do. He fought way better than he's shown. So I'm not gonna be like, you know what I mean? This whole the world level thing is one of the ones where it's like, until you beat a big world level operator, yeah, you're not cemented in those things. Now, unless we go more nuanced and say Bivol and Beterbiev, they're not just world level. These men are elite operators. So then after that, how deep is your list before you say, oh, these guys here are world level? And then the next
is world level. Are we
go
comfortable
again.
with that?
Go again. I said, how deep is that list of world level before you dip the level? So this is what I'm saying. So if we're saying world level, these are the guys that are going to compete with the guys who are elite. So saying that they're not world level because they have a performance that doesn't say against each other, that isn't great, then he was like, okay, cool, but are you supposed to be the world level guys? Or do you discontinue that position because it doesn't look great today? So I'm saying, Boatsy and Callum Smith. Are Boatsy and Callum Smith world level?
I think Callum Smith's world level, but Boatsy might not be.
Because Boatsy lost to Callum Smith?
No, because what he couldn't deal with, what he didn't have the adjustments for, is what we're talking about. I'm talking about making the certain adjustments that you can manage that. We saw Lyndon and Yard fight like this before. We've seen this before, is what I'm saying. And in the time space, we
didn't see him fight like this before. No, last time he went to the body and got him out of here. This time, that man got in the phone box, and Arthur could manage the phone box. Well, no, but he survived the phone box.
He survived the phone box. But I'm saying what we saw from I'm looking at the first one versus versus this one. And I'm like, I saw so many similarities is what I'm talking about. The only thing where I can say super credit to Yard is he got right up on him and he just wasn't going nowhere. And I think Lyndon at times, Lyndon just feels like a survival like fighter more so than
he's a spoiler. He's a spoiler. He's not going to try to win. He's not going to try and win. He's going to try and not get knocked out in this.
No, I'll give him credit. He was trying to throw certain shots, even on the inside and stuff. But then the way he needs to fight to have more success, he didn't want to do that. He didn't.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's not in there to win. He's in there to survive and not necessarily just take. I don't know. There's another gear that Lyndon does not want to dip his toe into, and that's just his fighting style.
But so how do we place him and say, well, what level is Lyndon then? Do you know what I mean? Because if I believe
okay, so let me go back to your first question. Your first point is he world level? Without the world level win, no one's position is cemented there. So these combos, I think we hang our hat on these combos a bit too much. The fact is, that was an ugly fight. He won the fight and he moved. Now he moves. That's it. That's the only way I can see it. Because I'm looking at that, I'm thinking to myself, Lyndon's style is going to be like, okay, I know that you're powerful on the inside. I'm not going to let you get the same shots that stop me. So I'm coming in to just be better than I was. So I don't know. It just didn't work out to be.
I don't know if I was hoping for too much, but I was really thought this was going to be.
I wanted a KO
conclusion and stoppage. I was hoping for a Yard devastating stoppage over Lyndon, and they just looked like there wasn't a massive chasm between them. Is what I came away from the fight saying. As I said, well, that could have gone on a few rounds, and I think it stays like that, basically.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we keep this this league table of light heavies in our head, but I think since the separation of Bivol and Beterbiev is so great, I almost don't care as much for that, and more so, I'm just like, just make the fights, bro.
No,
Yard
but
Buatsy,
when I'm watching Yard,
like-
I'm picturing Yard versus Benavidez. Remember, I know that Buatsy thing's out there. I'm literally watching Yard to say, okay, when we get Benavidez, how are we gonna look? That's what I'm going in there. I'm not thinking about forget Buatsy. That's not because Buatsy has to rebuild and do whatever he has to do. I'm looking at him saying, have you got the
but look at this though. But look at this though. But
beat him.
yeah, I hear you. But how I see it like this year with certain fighters, and especially with Yard, everything we've seen now, that Yard that showed up for Lyndon Alpha and the Yard that showed up for Beterbiev, they're different. And I think there's an element of when you're in there with something serious or it's a title, it's going to be a different version. Bivol went the distance with Arthur. Bivol fights to the level of who he's in there with. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to compare Yard and Bivol.
Everyone, Bivol does that with everyone.
Yes. So what I'm saying is, we're saying about the whole thing about what level is he? When he gets in there, knowing that he's fighting Benavidez, it's not going to look or feel like that.
Really,
I guarantee it.
Cool. All right, that's the question because that's the main.
We've
one.
seen him in there with Beterbiev, bro.
No, that's the main one. I think in that one there. I'm like, because I know Benavidez has the wicked jab and he's got more to his arsenal than that and good footwork and stuff. And all I'm thinking about is, what are you going to look like against him? Because I didn't believe, like, I got the shock of my life watching Buatsy versus Liam, and the whole world was like, hey, Liam's a very talented boxer. Like, you need to understand, he's going to pose him with so much. And he did. And what saved
Callum,
Buatsy?
you keep saying Liam.
Sorry, Callum, sorry, my bad. It's only because Liam fought recently. What saved Buatsy is he's got the dog in him, super dog. He will not give up. Like, he ain't giving up for shit. Are you with me? So, and he just kept going. Apologies for that. It's literally Liam the last fight I saw.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you've seen Yard in there with Beterbiev showing that dog and going until he couldn't go. Like, it's not like we're talking about someone that hasn't mixed with guys at the top. Callum is not a benchmark.
But he's the next one because if they're not them lot, the elites ones, and then there's them lot underneath that, it's him. So he's gonna be the absolutely the benchmark.
How is Callum the benchmark?
As in, if them are the elites, and we know we're not on that.
Beterbiev is the champ. Was the champ at the time. That's the benchmark. Beterbiev would be the benchmark. No, why would Callum Smith be the benchmark?
No, but I'm saying them lot are locked in something. They're not fighting, so you can't see them anyway. That thing's done. Now is the person that you can actually see him fight is him.
Benavidez then.
Yeah.
Benavidez more so, in my opinion.
Benavidez is what I meant to say. We already know that the dad said he's going to come on that day. I don't know if he tricked and played with us, but you lot can decide. So answer that question. I think it's time to open the lines.
Usyk Dubois, bro.
That's it. yeah, wait, hold on. Hey.
Did you lot see that pantomime push?
You know what, though? I still don't.
That push was nonsense.
It was crazy.
That push said, there you go.
Well, he had to do something. He wanted to do something because we haven't seen him in time. So he thought this was the move. Are you with me? Like, can we judge him?
I think off the back of Eubank and Conor, I think man are going to be trying to draw up mad storylines for no reason now.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? It's just one of those things that had to be done in it. Like, he had to do something he just had to do something, like he was sick and then now he's healed and he's back.
Bro, Usyk went like he was going to do something and Dubois was like, brother.
Let's open the Ross lines, man. Let's open the lines. Spencer, I've sent you the link as well. The link is officially in the chat. Trav, I beg you turn on the thingy on your end. Yeah, thank you. Cool. Was he sick though? Yeah, I've seen some people saying, listen, Parker's been robbed.
He's been absolutely snuffed, bro.
Robbed. Parker's been robbed. Parker got react-pored. Let's have it right. Like, you're just like, I don't know what happened to Parker. Why is he not in the mix? Why is he not part of communication, bro? It's nasty
Parker might get an AJ fight. Well, actually, to be fair, Fury's back.
Is he?
Yeah, he posted today. He tagged my man Sugar Hill. And was like, "Yup, you don't know what that means.
Then fight AJ.
If you don't fight AJ, it's a duck. I don't care what anybody says."
Wait, Fury is back. Let me just wait. Show me where's that? Where can I find that tweet?
His Insta.
No. Fury return of the Gypsy King. Tyson Fury. Wait a minute. No. Oh, yeah. This man, the fake retirements are crazy. Sugar's there. Yeah. Now they could be trolling us, bro. That guy could be getting ready to I don't know, run.
It's got to be AJ. That's it.
All right, cool. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Zachariah. Yo, welcome to the show. You're live to us right now. What your thoughts?
Listen, man. First of all, I was meant to come with my guys to the event in Shoreditch. Yeah, my boy Yusuf said when when Eubank Senior come out the car, Trav's eyes was popping out his head.
I went mad, bro. I went mad.
No, but I stayed at my girls and I was watching with her pops, man. And I'll tell you, it was a special night because I feel like me and her pops really connected over this boxing thing. Like, bro, serious, man. It was a special night. It's special.
This guy was just trying to get married, bro. This guy was trying to get married lads, bro. What?
That's funny.
Listen, it was what a good night, man. Obviously, I know there weren't many stoppages on the undercard, but the quality of boxing on the undercard, I think it was top. Like Aaron McKenna, Vidal. You know what I mean? Like I thought CBS performed well. I think Glanton was really game. He is really game. I don't think he's done at that level. Do you know what I mean? But man, top night.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna set the 4-minute timer so because there's so many people wanting to call in. So you got it. It's running now. But yeah, Eubank Jr. Your thoughts on that and how he pulled up and stuff?
Listen, man. I think after all that stuff that happened with his pops, your pops comes that energy. It's now different, bro. It's different now, and obviously you've seen it in the ring. Well, both of them, they're out on their feet, bro, and these men are swinging like their lives are genuinely on the line. It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy.
Real. So then again, now you've looked at this and just Eubank Jr. What do you want to see from him? Like, where do you what's next?
So for me, I'm a big Eubank Jr. fan of it. For me, I think I want him to go up to 168, get the Canelo fight or whatnot. But I do want to see this again, but I don't think it's the right move to do it next. Presuming he loses to Canelo, which I think he does, as much as I love the guy, I do think he loses to Canelo. We can run the Ben one back after, but the only thing that's about that is obviously not safe for Ben to be going up here and then down there and then back up here, do you know what I mean? But in the ideal world, that would be it for me.
Yeah. I think you could be right about that. Ben needs to now, he's shown that he's got some metal. He shows that he's got something about him. He needs to start his career now and his journey.
But you know what? I don't like? I saw Eddie Hearn talking about, getting Junior down to 158 for the rematch. Big man. He mentioned the 158 in one of the things.
He did. He wanted to bring it down more. He said in his interview with written.
Listen, let me be clear, yeah? We all need to make sure that there's no rehydration. I'm talking vocal on top because we cannot see that. We cannot see that. No chance, bro.
Are they trying to kill him?
It's one of the ones where you say, look, man, if this is the stuff you've got to do for this fight to be competitive, he doesn't belong at the weight. That's it.
Nah, he couldn't be. He's not like
unless he was joking and it was banter, because I'm seeing it written down as a statement. So I didn't see him say it. So
I seen the interview. He said it, and then he had a little smirk on his face. But you know what Hearn's on, bro. That little smirk on his face can mean 5 different things. Do you know what I mean? So I think if in his ideal world he could, I do think he wants to see it again, but lower.
If he was joking, then I take that back. I take that back.
Yeah, because he can't. Because look at his eyes. That's when that's the first time when they done their face off and they're just staring at each other. I said, I'm worried for Eubank. That's the first time I wanted to change sides in terms of my prediction. I was like, this is a problem.
But I did see someone say there shouldn't be a second fight on the basis that Eubank is clearly done at the weight, and Conor is going to mess up his career the longer he stays at this weight.
Literally. And I think that the next fight that they do will go 2 points. It's not going to be a knockout. They're not. No one's dropping in that fight.
War.
And then another war. That 24 rounds. Stop this.
Can I ask you man a question?
Go ahead.
God.
Ben at 147. For me, 100%. You can now fight a world level. Yeah, maybe wait till Boots leaves. Yeah, like I ain't trying to see him against my man. However, when Theo Ryan and Devin come up, them fights, do you see him have any success or?
I like him in the mix. I like him in the mix. I know people are gonna be trying to keep the old takes from before this fight there, and I know this like Eubank was obviously dealing with his things there, but I'm like, no, bro, Conor he's a dog for these man, and I ain't seen him like, I don't know. I think he's gonna do just fine. If I'm a 147 watching him in there at that weight with a middleweight, I'd be like, hey,
he's throwing. He was throwing bombs. Even as one time when he got the separation, pushed him back through a nasty hook, and I said, "Wow, all right, that's the timer, bro."
You man, have a good night, man.
Nice
Take care, brother. It's the explosiveness, bro. When he lets them shots fly, it zings past. It's like,
how dare he, bro? Aboro, timer set. Go true, do your thing. I'm just letting you know. Waiting. Let me pause that. We got Muzzy waiting, Anthony Haylever, Bam, Moses, Brazil, Pav, Kala, Fred Dune, and then we'll be out of here. But yeah, those are the calls that we're taking. All right, let's go. Floor's yours.
Hey, so greetings from America. First time calling. First time calling. So wanted to say big ups to you guys. Been rocking with the pod for almost 2 years now. We'll say with that, definitely that Eubank Ben fight, man. Oh, definitely a classic right there. Definitely both men.
Did you have the history of understanding the fathers and all that? Was you connected to the fight like that?
Yeah, definitely. I watched your guys' video on the history and a lot of others. So I definitely understood the context of everything and how important this fight was. So definitely those two guys really laid it down. So put on a great fight. But I wanted Conor to get chin. I'm not gonna lie. Wanted him to get chin. Didn't happen, but it is what it is. I felt like Eubank earned that win. Definitely big ups to Eubank for real. Eubank Jr.
Why did you want Conor to get knocked out?
The guy's a drug cheat. I mean, the guy's a drug cheat, man.
Do you feel differently after watching him go to war? Like, did you feel a little level of? I know Eddie Hearn tried to stretch and say he's now the people's champion. I don't know how he got that, but then do you not feel like I respect you? Like, did you not feel that?
I did. I do have some respect for kind of like putting it down like that, going to war for 12 rounds, just continuously throwing. But at the end of the day, he got caught doing PEDs, whether he denies it, whether it was, intentional, unintentional, if you got caught with it, you got caught with it. It sucks. But But with Eubank, man, with all the things he was going through, all the disadvantages he had put on him with the weight drain, with the smaller ring, you have Senior calling him a disgrace on camera weeks before, and then to go through all that and then reconcile with his father at the midnight hour essentially. He's walking to the ring with his father. I think that gave him that extra boost. Yeah. And then at the end of it all, hearing his dad say, that's my boy. I'm so proud of him laying it down like that. Like, it really hits hard. It really hits hard.
I'm telling you, we're gonna pod about this thing because that moment, how it connected with this story transcended boxing because we're so invested. Everyone has we're all like families in it, and how complicated they can be. So we were locked in. When we saw the dad get out of the car, bro, it felt like a movie. It felt like a movie. Jeez. Bro, so what do you want next, though? What do you want next for these fighters? Or do you think that should be the end of it?
Man, I'm kind of torn because, like, I would like to see Eubank just ride out like that. I know, like they were saying, whoever wins gets a Canelo fight next, which I wouldn't be too opposed to, but I know that Eubank's chances of winning is slim to none.
Eubank in the Canelo fight, not when Crawford's there. I don't see it happening.
No, it's next year.
But if he wants that Canelo fight, I wouldn't be mad if he took it. But I just know it's a slim chance of him winning that fight.
All right, listen, that's the timer, my bro. Look after yourself. Thank you for watching, man. Big up yourself. Time. Let me get these super chats as well. CN, big show incoming. Thank you so much. Sane, peace and prosperity, gents. Let's move on. Muzi, the floor. You can ask the question, Trav.
Muzi, what's going on, brother?
Evening, lads. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, big up for coming on Saturday, bro.
Saturday was lit. I'm still gassed. I'm still watching the videos. Oh my god,
that was insane.
Did you know what? Whilst I was listening right now, I was jotting down notes here because there are points that I want to put across. Straight down. Man was, let me show you. Look, man was writing down notes.
That's preparation, bro.
Go on. Let's not interrupt
I'll start with Yard because I didn't watch the Riley fight. I was on my way there, so I didn't watch it. So I'll start with Yard. Yard is fringe blood level for starters because we've seen how he operates at that level. He was there. He lost the fights, but he showed he can hang with those lads, innit? Fair enough. Lyndon Alpha was there to survive, bro. Once you find someone who's there to survive, there's not much you can do. Especially someone with a good jab as well. So he was always jabbing, but scared to do anything. Yeah, because of the experience he got from Kovalev and Beterbiev, he adjusted. He made an adjustment, got on the inside, and roughed him up. That's how he won the fight. So, by that alone, I can give him fringe world or world level.
Yeah.
Because world level fight operators know how to operate in any circumstance to change the situation to win whatever they want to win. That's Yard done. Senior.
Did you expect a bit more from Yard though?
He's been out of the ring for a while as well.
There was moments in the first half of the fight. I felt like Lyndon was winning the fight, bro.
With a jab, yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was winning, and I was looking at it saying, I started to get nervous. I was like, guys, I asked the crowd, I was saying, hey, hold on, what's going on right now? And it's only like when I heard noise in the 7th, because everyone's there's a Yard fan. People just making noise in the 7th round. I said, that's telling. If you're finally making noise now, that's a big issue for me. But
yeah, the jab was doing bits. Yard had to find a way inside, which he did. And then Senior, lads, Senior done what Senior does. Bro, the whole place went nuts. It was insane. It was crazy.
Trust me.
Even the smirk on Junior's face when they were walking in, he was like, yeah, I've got a dad too.
My dad's here.
Yeah, I've got a dad. Prior to that, like 20 minutes prior, someone was sat talking to us, saying, this guy's got no dad. This guy's got no dad. KG was saying that.
I was saying it. I thought he's got no dad. I was talking to the man them saying, man them, he's got no dad. He's on his own. He can't lose this fight. He's got no father. Then the doors open of the whip.
Incredible, bro. And he walked in just cool. Like, I was always coming. I was always coming.
Bro, you're always coming. Bro, directing here, we're going there. We're 10 in here. We're 10 in here.
And this is the part. That's the part. The Ben's reaction when they saw the screen.
Those men were stood looking at like, oh shit. The morale was just battered from then on. Junior had a smirk on his face like, yeah, now I've got you. And then the ring walks, A1. Both ring walks were fire. But
the Eubank one, they know how to do drama. They knew how to do drama. They knew the camera was panning to the ground on the drone thing. They knew, bro.
No, he spoke to someone and said what he was looking for. They changed it. Eubank Senior got them to change the ring walk, bro. And he said, let's just stand there. And
That's
they're
how you know. That's how you know it weren't planned. Because he's like, I'm here now. It's different.
It's different, yeah.
It's different.
It's different. Bro, I was like, make him away. Kids were like, make him wait. Like, make him wait.
Make them wait. Oh, the timeout, bro. Muzzy, sorry, bro. Big up,
Anyway,
bro.
lads,
I'm
good
sorry, I
fight.
know everyone
Take
wants to
care,
talk,
bro. You know what made me laugh? What made me
Go
laugh
ahead.
is when Conor was in his post-fight interview when he was just like, he goes, even when I saw Senior come out, he goes, I thought, why am I emotional? Like, I'm just so happy that he's here for him.
Everyone, bro. It got everybody. Anthony Hayweather. That's funny. Senior said. I didn't even know. That's funny. Conor said. I didn't know that. Go on. The floor's yours.
If you ain't up on things, Dr. Dre is the name. Still ahead of my game. Still. Hey. I listen, that vid you lot played at the beginning was so powerful, you know.
Brother.
Oh.
You know what, yeah? Because you see, like Eubank, he won me over a bit. But I remember, I was like, why don't I like this guy? There was something I didn't like, innit, yeah? And I remember I saw an interview. He's with that Castillo guy, you know, the long hair, yeah?
Yeah. Brav.
And he's talking about how he was on the roads and that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see how his dad's saying people from middle class, wealthy backgrounds and all of this, yeah. He said, this is Eubank's words exactly. He said he was an enforcer in a gang.
In
Brighton. Let that sink in.
Bro, you're laughing, fam. Man, them on the roads know Chris Eubank, fam.
Brother, what type of gangs are in Brighton? Oh,
Bro,
big man, big man.
There's bad man everywhere, fam.
There's bad man everywhere, bro. If you don't know, Brighton's thing is
there's bad man everywhere, bro.
You see how London, yeah? There's some people that live in London right now and don't know gangs happen, bro.
I was ignorant until I was ignorant. I even I'm not even gonna expose myself.
There might be, you know what though? You might be right, innit? There might be a Brighton blood set somewhere. You know
Brother, I'm just saying, I know man that know Eubank. And them man are not. Them man are not like.
I made mistakes, and then Birmingham tried to let me know we don't play games over here.
No, Brum. Everyone knows about Brum. Brum's serious.
I did. I thought Brixton, and I can do what I want, bro. Them man said, "Hey,
you know the Brighton blood set, though. I reckon instead of saying,
but also, yeah, the Eubank story is.
Wait, he's gonna do something bad.
No, but hear this though. I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say the Eubank story when he's explaining how them man was rich up until like 13, 14 when Delhi went bankrupt, and then he goes, there was above a nursery now. So you're in a different ends. It could change in them teen years. So that's why I'm like, nah, he ain't capping still.
Above a nursery ain't no trenches, man. Listen, instead of saying Suwoo, I reckon that you see that Brighton blood set, I reckon they say Suwoo.
I hate this guy.
This guy don't go on cam. That's why you don't go on cam, bro.
I want to disrespect Billy Ho Saunders a little bit as well, yeah.
Go on then.
Look what racist Egypt, yeah. And big up Napa as well. But then in line of, you know, like this recent trend that's been going on, it got me thinking, innit, yeah. 100 Billy Joes versus Napa, who wins?
Because Billy Joe can still box. 100 Billy Joe Saunders. I hate to say, Billy Joe Saunders. 100 of them in that shape.
I don't even like Napa. I don't even like Napa's in the position of the gorilla. This banter's it's off the mark still.
That's cool. It's cool. It's a black man.
Slide tackle. I'm slide tackling that one.
Yeah, nah, kicked him off, bro. Yeah, he's in the position of the gorilla. It's crazy.
Nah.
Yeah.
Run.
Thank you, bro. Because that's
the first red card Anthony Hayweather's got this whole time. What a journey. He's at can he come back? Can he come back?
I like it.
You know when AJ first lost? It's that first few loves. It's like
he got stopped before the clock. The clock's gonna go off now in a second.
I've never seen Hayweather stopped.
He got stopped. He stopped himself though. Even this
is how I felt watching Hey Billy.
That's
Hey Billy all over again.
Crazy.
Yeah, he had a warning from the ref on that one.
Insane.
That would have been when his fight was over anyway.
I'm still in shock.
Hold on. They're saying he was drained at the weight. Hayweather was trained at the weight, bro.
Hey, you know, I was saying, oh no, you got me following Hayweather. That's peak.
You're right. You're the howler, bro. Hey, the floor's yours,
cool.
man. Welcome to the show.
All
Big up
right,
everyone
man.
watching. Actually, can we get people to hit the like button, please? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I know you're not subscribed. There's 500
What?
people
No,
here.
I'm in there.
No, you're subscribed. I'm talking about everybody else, bro. Let me reset the clock.
All right, man.
Go on, the floor's yours, bro.
Yours, man. All right, yeah, no, I want to big up my missus first, yeah, because she done a mad thing. She surprised, man. My birthday was like a week ago. She booked out a cinema room for man, and we was in there with all the guys. Bro, it was crazy. It was crazy. And the way how they done a surprise for me, yeah, I didn't want to step out. And then man was forcing me out. I was like, let's go undefeated pod, man. Let's go shoot it. She was about to forward. They managed to get me into a random spot. Yeah, surprise.
You must have been a movie, especially because
it was crazy. It was crazy, and it was the best fight man's ever seen. Like forever. Like that's gonna be that.
Is that one of
the private cinema for that scrap is amazing.
What? Yeah, for the scenes, bro. For everything that we saw, bro. Like everything that, and it was just all around my mains. It was crazy. It was crazy. But people are saying that was the best fight ever as well because of the whole.
You know what's mad, yeah? You know what's mad? You gotta understand that fight captured the imagination of a lot of people that don't watch boxing.
Yes, bro. Because people was there for my birthday. Loads of people said, "Man, don't care about boxing." But oh my days, like it was mental, bro. It was absolutely mental.
I'm not gonna lie. The missus was shadow boxing in the car on the way home, and I couldn't.
No, she knows about my obsessions with boxing, bro. So everything. But
imagine somebody's gonna grow up, yeah, and be a boxer because their fight stories like, "Rah, watch this fight." Eubank Jr, Conor Benn, mad.
Because did you see what Vidal Riley was saying? What made him box? Boxers man's never heard of. I want to box because that Lonsdale belt, that was beautiful, by the way. But anyway, I just wanted to say, I reckon, I've been studying the Eubanks. For me, I'm seeing this as some evil genius shit, bro. I think this was a pattern. I'm not saying they knew all the way. I know that their beef was real, but I know that deep down between them, there was some sort of agreement that they knew it was going to go down like this because it was crazy. And even when Eubank was going nuts because he had us all, he played us all. And he was like, "You're a disgrace. I will never be in your corner." Who taught you that? Did Karen teach you that? But bro, he was smiling when he said that,
Nah, not having it.
Bro.
Not having it.
Not all of it. I can't accept all of it.
All right, I hear it. But deep down, because it was a bit predictable when you think about it. It's just he was always going to be there. But I bought it.
Predictable. Hey, wait, stop this nonsense. What was predictable?
Predictable is that no one could really say that Eubank Senior would have sat that out. I don't think he would have sat that out.
Bro, he was trying to get it being cancelled, bro. He didn't want the fight to happen, bro. He was canvassing for so long.
All right, cool. Let me move on to everything else, and then we'll circle back to this one if I can, because of time.
Yeah,
because of time. I want to say Eubank must have slept so good because he cooked all his ops on one day, bro. Billy Joe Saunders, number one. Billy Joe Saunders, emasculated, bro. You've never seen a boxer go up against a civilian and everyone. Joe Saunders is done. There was the whole group chat. Everyone said, "Yeah, Napa will crack his skull." That's it. No one fought Billy Joe. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you're not getting in. Oh, why are you raising your voice? He was done. These times you was the one that called him a nobody. Anyway. What's Eddie Hearn emasculated him the whole time, the pressers, everything. Man couldn't even speak, took away his voice. The man that loved to speak, he couldn't chat. Eddie Hearn tried to have the massive counter. He thought, I'm gonna bring Frank Smith. That was even worse. That went horrible. That man couldn't even speak. Done. Liam Smith. I don't know if people clocked. You see the timing of when Eubanks came in there. Liam Smith was getting cooked into retirement, bro.
I know.
My man was pinging his head all over the ring. No one was even watching. No one was watching. Everyone was watching Senior. And Liam Smith was getting bopped. And we're never going to see Liam Smith again. That's what I'm saying. Who else is there? Conor Benn. His whole angle was, your dad don't like you. Your dad don't like you. By the time he's about to start the fight, Senior's in the middle of the ring skanking to Still Dre, bro. Like representing for the gangsters of the coast, bro. Still getting shaking his hip,
how can he, bro? How can he dunk Posh to gangster music? And I thought only he can.
Think about what must Conor Benn be thinking in his mind? He's had me this whole time. Them man have got my number, bro. Them man have, that was like a force, bro. The entrance, everything, bro. Nobody thought Eubank was losing. Like just all of that. It was a massive force to come up against, like all of a sudden.
You know what though? Let's be real.
So much. I stopped the clock, bro. I stopped the clock. He's
nah, let him cook. But you know what's bad, yeah? You see when Eubank Jr. started and I saw the difference in speed, I thought, oh no. I started to get AJ Dubois. AJ Dubois anxiety, bro.
Oh, bro. I was here with all my family around me, sitting in the middle of a cinema, bro. I didn't want to cry today, bro. AJ was bad enough. AJ and Eubank Jr., they're my guys. But yo, bro, man, them love. Next time,
man. What wicked cool. What a cool. And he went after Hayweather as well, fam.
Hayweather will come back. Hayweather will come back.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? This is just like the Ruiz. This is just like Ruiz night. It happens, bro.
Hey, Moses. Walk on. The clock's going. The clock's yours, bro. Talk to us.
What's good, guys? What are you saying?
What's happening, man?
Yeah, man.
Talk to us.
From the last caller, I agree. I think there's a term that they use in wrestling. It's called a work. I think that was a work. Chris Senior, he knew he was coming. And I was talking to my partner about this. I was saying to her, the thing about Chris Senior, he's a showman. So even though he was talking down the fight, because of that, he was very much bringing all the attention to the fight. Because even though
very true,
everybody was thinking he wasn't going to be there, everybody still felt we still need to see him not there before we accept that he's not at the fight. So I think he knew. I don't know if he ever admitted to Junior that. I can't actually say that they agreed and they thought that they were going to be there together. But I think Tristina was, in retrospect, I think he always knew that he was going to be there, to be honest.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And I had some interesting conversations because we'll go into a deeper dive about fathers. Like you lot, make sure check out. Wait, let me pause it there. Make sure you lot check out Expect Foolishness because we're talking about fathers because we're looking at Dion Saunders.
What should do?
With his son, we're looking at Eubank, and we're fathers in the game right now, and that thing there, you got a sport, you got a star. How involved are you? Look at the Vidal. How involved are you to get the best out? LeBron, his son, like it's interesting in sports.
The irony just on this fatherhood topic is like there is a whole. This is a bit of a tangent, but when you look at it from a social background, even the people that you're talking about, how they grew up, for the majority of them, they didn't have strong fatherly presence and they came into success, and then they've been able to leverage their success into the success of their children. And so there's that dynamic as well of navigating that and the children trying to build their own legacy. It's a whole different minefield and complex.
Listen, I'm going to restart the clock again. So just letting you know, you got 2:45 on the clock, but I know I took you off tangent. Keep going though, bro.
No, all good. But yeah, it was a great fight. You know what though? I will say this. I'm in a camp of I don't want to see it again, not because it was a great fight, it was an incredible fight. But I do think it's like that, bro. You can't have too many of those fights in a career. It was brutal, bro. Those fights take fights off your careers because of how savage it was. And also I think because of the weight stuff, all of that stuff, it's really, and also the rivalry. Both of them didn't. If it was anyone else, both of them would have gone down at different stages of the fight. That was pride and fatherhood being there involved that stopped them from going down. But as a result of that, I think it's actually really hard to gauge where they are as boxers. That was a one-off. That was a very, very special, isolated incident.
Oh, you don't think they could recreate that? You don't think they could recreate that against somebody else and show that mettle?
I don't know. It'd be hard. Yeah, it's tough because there was a different level of adrenaline that was involved in that night, alongside 68,000 people in the stadium. Come on, man, you don't see that all the time. Like, this is really historic stuff. And also, Junior is what, 30, 35?
Yeah.
35 years old. Like, he's not got many of those wars left. And also, Matchroom, what they've done the whole time, they're scumbags, by the way, 100% scumbags. Like, the way they managed it, they might try to manipulate the thing with Chris. And yeah, they're just scumbags and they don't cover themselves with glory, especially when Eddie's talking about people's champion and all of that stuff. They should both move on. Conor needs to go back to his division, try and become a champion there. Chris needs to get his couple more paydays and then go off to Misfits and rob a couple people in the Misfits side as well.
But you know what, though? One thing I will say is that Conor losing definitely does him a favor.
Oh, for sure.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because this redemption is like, bro, you've gone to war, you took a beating, you gave a beating, and now it's like you didn't win, but people watched you in there showing what you are. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That moves the story on. It moves the story on, whether we like it or not. If Tyson Fury moves on after, because he goes on and does great things after the drug story, so then it doesn't become his whole story. You see what I'm trying to say?
No, 100%, but you're right. But I will also say it does depend what he does next, because after the fight, I think he was on a treadmill this morning and he put out a video saying that he felt like he won by 1 round. Like, things like that, like when everybody wants to christen you, like give you your credit, and then you now try and take it back by doing things like that, you fall out of favor with the fans again, I think. But because he hasn't fully won people's over.
Every fighter says, I feel like they won. He said it should have been a bit closer. He understands it because the first thing he said was that, but he said it should have been a bit closer on the scorecards. Bro, I gotta keep it moving though.
Thank you guys, man. Have a good
Take care,
call.
bro.
We have to say something.
I don't think. Hold on, let me just say, I don't think a fighter thinking that he won or if it was closer is a problem. Fighters are gonna feel the way they feel.
Yeah.
They're allowed to feel and disagree with the fight. Bivol felt like he won the first fight, and then after a while, it was just like, okay, well, run it again. It's just is what it is.
One thing I want to give credit to, and I know it's silly to give credit to like fathers being consistent, yeah, but there's one thing I never doubted: Nigel Benn was going to be there for his son. Like, I knew that Conor could manage a defeat because it hurt him. He was burning heavily, but I knew Nigel had his back. And that is the epitome of a good father. Are you with me? Like, regardless of all of this, the way they can break it down and understand, you are like, yes, we're asking about this other dad because he's inconsistent. The consistent father that shows up, does his job. Yes, he's not going to get praised because he's doing what he's supposed to do. It should still be applauded because he could manage his son's defeat and help him through it. Shout out to Nigel.
Definitely shout out to Nigel on that 100%. But also, I don't want to paint the picture that Eubank Senior is like an absent or not involved dad. This was a recent fallout. Do you know what I mean? I hear what you're saying. It's a recent fallout over this career. They've been there day ones, right by his side. Like, there's no lack of love in this story.
Yeah,
it's just the execution was different.
You could have a good dad through the beginning stage of your life and fall out and never talk again, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you say inconsistent, I was like, that's slightly inaccurate in terms of.
But the last, they haven't spoken for 3-4 years, bro, is what he said.
Since the Conor fight.
No, well, they haven't spoken in time. I'm saying, so like it or not, their relationship has been inconsistent to this time, and he said a couple madnesses.
Yeah, but we're dealing with it's an adult relationship, and he helped build his career. It's more nuanced than saying inconsistent and leaving it there.
I'm not saying that he hasn't. Eubank is who Eubank is because his dad was in his life, absolutely. But I'm saying in your charlatan, because now everyone's gonna say, we'll save it for the pod. But everyone's going to say, everything was fine from before because he showed up in that moment. A lot of stuff happened in that time as to why some people won't even reconnect with their families again.
Yeah, and I hear what you're saying, but I'm saying the way you kind of painted that sentence of, he's inconsistent. I'm like, nah, because this is one chapter in their story in this particular moment as adults.
I'm with you, but did we doubt that Nigel was going to do what Nigel needs to do? No. Why? Because he's just there, consistent.
But they have one fallout, but it's in front of the world. So you're saying inconsistent as a parent because of this fallout. I'm saying that's not entirely fair.
There's one person, I hear that, but I'm saying from my perspective, how I'm looking at it, I just knew that man was going to do what he needed to do, and I wasn't surprised when they were hugging for as long as they were. That was just powerful. and I knew he knew what to do in that moment. And then I've seen another dad allow people to call his son a charlatan on the main.
But I'm just saying, put nuance on it. When you say man's inconsistent, that paints a different image, which is not what Senior is.
In the last 3 years, he showed inconsistency. When I watched him talk to Gary Neville and all these other things, I saw someone that was moving inconsistent. That's all. Like, I'm not saying this whole years of fathering is a mess.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, put the nuance on it.
But there you go. For that piece there, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Now, don't take it into something else. I'm saying in this 3-year window, he was moving mad. And that's why I was all waiting, saying, is he coming or not? That's why we all felt that way. And that's why we all felt excitement.
But all I'm saying is, bro, it's one fallout in a whole lifetime. I can't really let it roll when it's like that. And couple that with the fact that he wasn't entirely wrong about the issues that he had about this thing. It's colored.
Agreed.
That's why I'm just saying, like, it's you can't just say inconsistency when a man's taking a hard stop for your well-being. We saw him at the weight. That's all I'm trying to say.
I know. I'm with you, bro. There's bare nuance to this, but I'm saying
that's why
there's a reason why, bro. Because let's not all change our minds because we saw something.
You heard me speak about it. You know how I feel.
We've done plenty of shows. So exactly. So let's not now, because we saw the happy ending, let's not act as if things weren't going on along the thing and you're thinking, bro, that is mad. Because we called him out for being mad. So now I'm saying, in that time, while this guy's been moving mad, I'm just saying this man is the other guy has just been consistent.
Yes, but what I'm just saying is when you pay, I want Nigel to get his flowers for this conversation, absolutely. But what I'm saying is acknowledge all of the situations that the nuances of the story, as opposed to saying, just inconsistent, because that means something different in this era when men are not showing up for their kids.
I understand that, but I want people to understand. Well, we'll pod.
We need to pod.
We'll pod. All right, cool. Yo, Pav.
Yo, what's up, KG Trav?
What's happening,
bro? Welcome to the show, fam.
Hey, I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie. I think Senior's played a master trick. I think he's played everyone like a fiddle, bro. I think he's known for time he's turning up, and I think Junior knew for time as well. There's no chance in hell that this was decided a couple of days before the fight or anything. And I think the final straw, was that conference where Junior said about the brother, the nephew, innit, and about him and his dad not talking for years.
Yeah,
because I think that kind of turned the public to his side, innit, like more to his side. Obviously, but I believe you. When I saw that guy pull out the car, I was like, what in the Vince McMahon's going on here, bruv? What the hell? And did you not see the grin on Junior's face when the elevator pulled up?
So happy.
The grin on his face. He knew this for time, bro. There's no chance this happened a few days or even a week, bro. They've known for time.
But didn't he say that I was surprised? I didn't know this because Chris said that Junior said I was surprised. I only knew today. Like I wasn't even sure it's gonna come.
I don't believe that. I heard what Napa was saying on the call with you that they found out on the day. I don't believe that. I believe that Junior and Senior, they must have known. It could have been like a tight group, innit? Well, who knew what was gonna happen? Yeah. Because when Ben saw that clip, and they showed him watching on the screen, brother, they're all frozen. They're all frozen. Not a single movement from anybody.
They knew he had a boost now.
Yeah, that guy, Chris Eubank Senior, he's the master of boxing entertainment. There's no one can match this guy. Yeah, that guy's a certified crackhead. I'm not even joking. There's not a single person out there that does what this guy does.
Mate, it was genius.
They played it. They played a blinder, and just them standing there and shadow boxing with the tune playing in the background and just making everyone wait. Again, Eubank's a showman, and he's probably one of the greatest to do it. But his son is not far removed because they done the smolder thing with both. They both had the collars, bro.
It was beautiful.
Both had one had the super father collars, when it's just like, and then one's got like the with the Union Jack in the back,
Mate, like literally, I see people talking about like a second fight. I watched the press conference after the fight, Turkey Al Sheikh said there's a rematch clause there for September. Eddie Hearn saying the same thing. I don't think it's going to work, only because you had everything in this fight. Yeah, from the X Factor to the story to the actual fight, you had everything. I don't think it can match up on a rematch. And Eubank staying at that weight and Conor Benn staying at that weight all the way up until September, October.
No, you never know, because sometimes those fighters didn't touch each other and embrace. They didn't do that. And I was
there was no love. There was no love.
They didn't like you when you know it's over, you'll embrace and be like, there you go.
Conor Benn wants the rematch, innit? He's already talking about it. Like he needs redemption. He needs like revenge, innit? But bro, like you're 28 now, yeah. What I saw from Conor Benn, the ferocity, the speed of his movement, his punches. Yeah, you're 28. You're in your right now. You're in your prime after the ban. Yeah, from what I've seen, that's a title-winning performance, you know, from Conor Benn.
Yeah, I hear it still.
He should be chasing them belts. He should be chasing the belts. You need to drop back down to 147, bro.
We might, and that's what I'm saying, because Eubank Senior has a point. Those kind of wars, he might regret in his career later, because you're giving a lot to that fighter. It's like when Wilder lost in them Fury fights was important. Bro, big up yourself. Stay blessed, man. Tyler.
Well,
let's go.
Yeah, okay, I allow you on the Brom thing, and it can't lesson learning it, but flipping.
A lesson learned, bro. It was a hard, bro. Harsh lesson. I thought I was from Brixton. Them man said, hey.
No, say no more, man. Say no more, yeah? But listen, yeah, the event, epic. I don't think you're going to beat that. So I definitely don't think it needs doing again. You know what I mean, to be fair.
I hear it.
Will it happen again? Possibly. Obviously, Conor wants it and this, that, the other. So possibly, you know what I mean. But yeah, you're not going to beat it. It was immense. You're not beating that. So there's no point in doing it again. I don't think. That's me personally. Well, we touched on Yard and your boy Yard Trav. Boys, right now he ain't beating Boatsy. He ain't. Not right now. I reckon Boatsy's gonna hold them bums. You know, he's gonna hold them because he's got that dog in him. And I don't know if he's holding Boatsy's bums. Not really. We've seen him go down, you know. And Boatsy can bang. I reckon Boatsy puts him down right now. He needs to change camp.
Yeah, but he went down.
New in.
He went down to
I want Yard to win, you know. I like Yard. I want him to win. Yes, I'm speaking as a fan. But I'm seeing the truth of it. Even with Virgil in right now, Boatsy was swinging and hurt my man, you know. He's going to do him, unfortunately. And I know you feel it in your heart of hearts right now. I've seen his recent performances. Boy, so I'm like, boy, you're going to have to switch it up. Switch it up. I beg you, switch it up. He has to. For his own sake, he has to. You know what I'm saying? If he stands any chance of moving forward and trying a thing, which man want him to do, he's gonna have to switch it up. That's his route, unfortunately. Willie, obviously not quite as loyal. You get me? That's one of his traits that man respects.
Oh, hold on. You're talking about the trainers.
Yeah, the trainer thing. He's gonna have to switch to that. You have to bring in something new. If you don't want to, obviously the loyalty.
But they put in something new. They have put in. They're actually working on bringing in. In their new guy that's in the gym.
James Cook, innit?
Yeah, it's a new guy in the gym, bro.
Well, you need to maybe go to another camp and get Tunde with you then. If that's not, because it's not working, man. Come on, it's stagnant. It's very stagnant. You know what I mean? And he's not getting any younger. He's got a couple more fights in that he needs to just make sure a couple more years, about 33 fights. Yeah, man, he ain't getting any younger, man. And
how old is he? He's still
33.
There's still fight left.
Nah, I think also it's like when you're saying, he goes down, I'm like, yeah, going down to Beterbiev is not, he goes down. Like, if he's going down to man that can land a shot, then it's like, raw, but it's like, you're talking about Beterbiev.
Yeah, but that's what elite level is, though, innit? Elite level is the man that can bang.
Yeah,
so what that's what I'm talking about, going forward with elite. But actually, he's still, I reckon he's well class because of the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? Silver medal, you get there from being, so that's it's a world class in some type of level. And he can bang, and I do reckon that he would bang. I do reckon that would have him, you know.
You're not calling Ben Whitt the world class, though. And Ben Whitt has got silver medals there. I can't be Olympics. It can't be Olympics. Olympics is a great springboard, but you need it's what you do next.
You've got to do it.
It's important. It's what you do next.
It's fringe world level, fringe because of the Olympics. I would say just because of that. You get me? But
well, look, they got to fight. They got to fight. That's
You've
it.
got to fight, but he needs to switch. I would reckon he needs some help. I'd want him to switch it up. I'd want something different in this corner.
Fair.
We are not talking about Usyk versus Dubois.
Listen, my man, what was with the flinch earlier? You see, Trav mentioned it. Oh my gosh, he's done. What is Dubois on? What is he on? Seriously, what? I know man was talking about the juju and that. It's obviously gone to his head. And when you're in there with Usyk, you know, my man's kissing crosses. So that juju thing ain't gonna work against the Jesus thing, you know. It ain't. So make him carry on. Quite, it's gone to his head. I'm telling you, it's gone to his head. He's telling him fool in here. Raw telling him fool. Don't know that. Deal with him for once,
bro. The time is gone off. Big up, my brother.
Care, bro.
Big up, man. Too funny, bro. That's the judge, you know. 2 more calls. I was gonna go on this one, but Rene's called in, so we'll hit Rene and then Fred's here as well. So Fred will bring us home. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Thank you for pulling up. We saw you.
Come on.
Look, that's this. Can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sorry, I just had to turn off the main TV. I was watching on that one.
Okay.
Wow.
What's going on?
What a weekend.
What a weekend.
What a weekend. It was the best. It was the best. I don't think I've experienced a better night in boxing. I mean, thank you for putting on the watch party.
Come on.
I was there,
So,
and that
let's
was
go.
what we did anyway. But
Let's go. Eubank Senior. A lot of people are saying that it was planned. Do you believe it was planned?
well, the last caller said something about him being like the greatest showman, and yes. Now that when you think of it that way, yes, he is the greatest showman. He knows how to make a moment, and there could not have been a better moment for him to turn up, for us to know that he was coming. Like, how did we all feel? How are we all still feeling now as a result of that moment? Yes, I feel like, I don't think it was planned all the way through, but as he said, his super conscious mind knew that he was coming. Do you know what I mean? Like, he always knew he was coming.
Yeah.
I just feel like inherently he just knows that was the best time to turn up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're right. Do you reckon he came? Do you reckon he came because he couldn't miss out on what this would do?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I love what you said as well, Travis. Like, he is a man of integrity. He's looking out for his son. He doesn't agree with the fight. It's mad. We're all talking about the conditions that they were fighting in. It was not in Eubank's favor to be doing what he did to have that fight. So as a man of integrity and tenacity, I just loved everything about the fight. The fight was amazing. Like, the build up, anyway, back to the story. He's a man of integrity. So in his heart, he didn't want the fight to go ahead. But of course, yeah, that was the time to come. Yeah. That was the time to turn up, and he did it. And it was just the best. It couldn't have got any better.
Yeah. For real, man.
Legendary behavior. He's not listening to me. He needs to listen to me, my son.
No, it was so good.
Let's make a pivot, because we should talk about Dubois Usyk. Thoughts?
No, I can't move on to that just yet. I'm so sorry.
Go back. No, it's fine.
The egg in the face. Was that planned?
Hell yeah.
That took the fight from here. The fight was already massive. You don't need anything to sell that fight. The story was massive already.
Egg played a big part, We need to put respect on the egg, actually.
That hit the paper
in the face. Like, that took the fight all the way up here already. Like, everybody's clocked in now. People who don't really care about boxing too much, they all heard about it. Yeah,
it's true.
The story is crazy. The fathers, the sons, the egg. Chris Eubank Jr., the way he handled himself in all of those interviews was just top class. That's why we were all rooting for him.
A1.
Because, like you said, he's on his own and he was handling everybody. Eddie, the way he buoyed Eddie.
Eddie don't want to see that man again, And he still owes Napa money because he said he don't make bets. And then Napa showed the video like they just 3D chest them. They 3D chest them to the end.
I know. But you know what's mad? Did you see the punch stats for the whole fight?
Yeah.
Junior threw over 1,000 punches.
He outworked him like on a different level. It was ridiculous. Like the end of round 8, yeah, where he was just like, "Argh!" I was like, okay, well, he's got nothing left in the tank. Like after this, the fight, you know,
He's
like
done.
Conor's he's the younger man. Oh shit, is that 4 minutes already? Oh, all right, fine. That was so good. The best night in boxing ever, guys. Thank you for everything. I'll see you next time.
Man. Thank you for coming, man. Pull up again, man. Listen, this timer's getting people out here, bro. It's a mad timer. Man said more time. I should press the button, but I'm not gonna press the button.
That's my son.
I got starving. Where you gonna go? Fred, you're bringing us home. The time is on. Talk to us.
I'm
You're
just
the last caller.
Eubank, because that's the real thing. All I can say is this Rastafari. I was always gonna be there. Listen, I want to just say this, yeah. I think, you know, what people talking about how everything works out, but I think this was the perfect situation. I needed Junior and Eubank to bond, because the way Matchroom and Eddie and even them trying to change the gloves last minute, everything Chris Eubank Senior says is scumbag about boxing, Junior witnessed it. And that's everything Senior is saying. I was trying to take that from Junior. He now understands what I'm trying to do. I think it was the perfect thing, the crossroads for them to actually bond and work together, to actually probably go through the therapy they need, because he's understanding his father's point from a whole different view. You're trying to protect me. These guys are taking most of my money. And even further after the fight, the way I saw the press interview that Conor Benn had, and even for Eddie Hearn to be like, if it was up to me, I'll still put him at a lower rehydration. He should be coming much lower. I was like, this guy, like, bruv, we just watched him nearly like get swole up. This is everything that was wrong. Everything when he missed that weight, we all seen there like 500, 300K on missing 0.5, on telling wrong time. Everything was scumbag. So him winning and him showing up, it was a perfect situation. I really think it was better than the first fight. I think it was better than the dad's fight, without a doubt.
Definitely the second one. Definitely the second one, not the first one.
First for me, because it was a knockout, but I think because of just its own separate, and maybe it's because the Eubank effect. I think
it can only be better because of what you're the weight of the first two fights. That's what makes it special. You know, you can't separate them. They belong together. They're all part of one family. Like, are you with me? Like, there's no way you feel that level of connection if that stuff didn't happen before. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Nah, it's true. It's true. It's a generational L for the Benz as well, which is hilarious. Father, sons, like father loses, son loses. Now
it's got to hurt. It's got to hurt.
Generational L is crazy.
But
That's
it's
crazy.
What I can definitely just say this to you is, like, I think, yeah, it was a moment. I agree with the scorecard as well. Like, truly, I was 3-3 up until round 6. Then I just thought Eubank was taking over. Yeah. And then I think around 9 when he got the headbutt, that's when Conor had his moments. But I rewatched the fight again with no commentary, and I was like, yeah, Eubank was just finishing. He was timing. He was controlling the fight well and everything else. And I really think with everything that's happened, yeah, it's put him up there 100%. So I wish I was there shadowboxing screaming. I was like, I wish I was at the
the event was flaming.
I was like, you guys post anything on Twitter? You guys post anything on X? TikTok? Please, I want to see KG's reaction. No one was there. I was shadowboxing my room.
Our heads
was crazy,
we
bro.
Were on Mars, bro. We were on, and that round 11 and 12,
bro,
was crazy.
Eubank showed something different. Eubank showed something different.
What do you mean? Eubank. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Yeah. Now, I can say I am a fan of Chris Eubank Jr. I didn't know that day. You always said you want to see him as a champion, Trav.
You were right, Trav.
I'm a fan.
Telling you, bro. Did you not clock? Did you not clock his celebration? Was the mimic
exactly the same as his dad's? Even the clothes, it was amazing.
Same.
You know what? Yeah. Speaking of that as well, by the way, like why I think it was just a slightly planned. Like I said, it was a perfect situation. Do you know how mad it is? Like, say Conor to be like, I was watching. I was thinking, I'm glad you're there. And then Eubank walks in the bed right before the fight, gives Nigel a hug, does the last minute mind games. Conor, well done, son. Congrats. It's good to see you too.
Because it softens you.
It was brilliant. The mind games to the very end. Shout out the Benz.
Oh, brother, big up.
That's a good call, man. That's a good call.
Cool, man. Thank you so much, Trav. We stayed an extra 35 minutes, bro.
Yeah, man.
The show's usually an hour, but we said you lot have to have your time, get your moment. Yeah, make sure you lot. I don't know if you got the link to the Patreon so people can get that in the chat. Listen, the link to the Patreon will be here in the live chat, and the link will also be to sign up to listen to the episode. You can't just listen to that one episode where we will go in. You can tell me and Trav have to pod about Senior and all that other stuff. There's stuff to be done right now. But yeah, shout out both fighters, shout out the community.
Look at this. Darren Griffiths. He goes, I swear the year will be 2048 and a young Mr. Benn will be interviewing for a job as a graduate analyst at a bank and he'll narrowly miss out to a young Mr. Eubank.
That's mad. Nah, do you know how mad it is? Do you know how mad that is? Do you know how mad it is? Hey, literally everyone that pulled up, though, I have to say, everyone that pulled up to the live event, big up. Yams bought like 10 man.
Yeah, man. That was bad.
That's crazy. So, yeah, we appreciate it. More of those like on the cards as well. So, yeah, man. Hey, listen, the home. You don't know what time it is. Undefeated. We're out of here, man. Jeez.
Let's do another one. Yo, people, thanks for watching the Undefeated podcast. Make sure you
like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and all that good stuff, man. This is the place to be.